All right, everybody, welcome back to the Big Blue Dynasty series here on Madden 25. We are heading to the 2025 draft, and the New York Football Giants, I think, are looking pretty good. There's a couple different players out there that everyone would love us to grab, right? There are some big stars in the top part of that draft. Knowing that we are pick number 2, everyone's wondering, are we going to continue to just say, hey, let's get our quarterback now and move on? Or do we just continue to build? If we can move back in the draft, there's a chance we can get not only a first this year, we can get a first next year, we can get a second and third this year to move back. And I think when you look at our roster, we're just not there yet, and it'd be awesome for us to continue to bring in some really, really nice talent. So I'm looking forward to this draft coming up. We got some really good players. When you look at our prospects here, I think we have some guys that I'm a big fan that I think can really help us out. We got about 60 players on this roster here. But there are certain players that I'd be really pumped to have on this team. Donovan Edwards from Michigan, a running back who's a little sleek, a little slender, but I think he's got breakout potential there for us, and he is projected to be in the second and third round. Not sure if we're going to be able to grab him in the second round, but what if we move back? That just allows us to have more ammunition down the road there. When you look at the rest of the options here, right? There are some corners that could be really good for us. One corner that could be a surprise to everybody is Benjamin Morrison. He's got A catching, B man coverage, A press, B zone coverage. Solid all across the board coming out of Notre Dame. Little smaller, similar to the size of Cordell Flott, but look at the speed. 4.4 in his college day, 4.44 in his combine. His cone drill and his shuttle all scream like this guy can be legit and fly around the field, but the catching is what I'm a fan of. So it's just another weapon or another skill position there that we can fill in for the defense. Another guy that I'm hoping does some good things is Torrey Horton. Coming over from Colorado State, I think he's a really good player there. There are some guys down the draft board that aren't as crazy, and people might go, why are we going to do that? I just say, why the hell not? There's some tackles in the second round I can look at in Josh Simmons and JC Davis that I think for me, JC Davis and Simmons could be potential heir apparents to John Runyon at left guard. I'm also looking at some linebackers, right? We're not done yet. And when I see somebody like Lander Barton from Utah, he reminds me a whole lot of Devin Lloyd. And 6'4", 238, 22 years old. He's not the fastest guy, but I don't need him to be. I need him to be instinctive. And with his A-man coverage and A-zone coverage, along with his power move, this guy could be freaking sick. He may not be the fastest, but if he's instinctual on the field, that would be a nice little find for the New York Football Giants. You're also looking at down the road here about some day 3 guys, and I got quite a bit of day 3 guys that I am looking to inspect and maybe make that decision on as we get there. We also got some UDFAs that are on my list, and I got a lot of UDFAs. Now, I do have Harold Mevis on the team as a kicker, but there is a couple kickers that I have on my favorites here, and these guys actually won Lou Groza awards. Nicholson is the current Lou Groza award winner, and then Dalmas has won 2. So you're talking about very, very good, well-experienced kickers that could potentially be our dogs there if need be. But Harold Mevis is the guy. So I've inspected a ton of positions to see, can we do some work there. I don't know if we have to necessarily grab anybody crazy, but Shiloh Sanders in the 3rd or 4th round couldn't be a bad move for us. Malachi Moore, a UDFA, so a 7th round pick. We got 2 7s. I wouldn't be upset about that. The corner position is definitely more top heavy for us. because I want to make sure we continue to keep bringing in some guys. But there's a dude who's a slot corner that I'm really excited about, in Jacoby Covington from USC. He's 6'2", 200 pounds. He's considered a slot corner, but he's aggressive to the ball. And his size and his speed does read more of a slot corner, and him alongside Andrew Phillips would not be upset with me. You know, we do got Cordell Flott and Trey Hawkins on the team, but they haven't solidified themselves as true players to play corner 3 or corner 4 on this depth chart. So, you know, we got to continue to build out this team and keep infusing youth onto the squad to allow us to succeed. I'm looking at a lot of linebackers in the later rounds, and you know, to kind of fill this up in these gaps. Nick Jackson, Cal Holiday from Michigan State, Deshaun Pace from UCF. These are all guys here that I think can be really, really good players. And, you know, when you get the combine here, I guess that's kind of neat. You can kind of see like, okay, we can rock with Devin Pace, who's the strongest guy, which again, I'm looking for players that could really help us out from a depth standpoint. When you hit between rounds 4 through 7, you can really change the landscape of your team. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Some of these other guys, I don't see myself trying to snag up, like a Harold Perkins in the first round. It just doesn't make sense there, unless we trade back and we have some room there. I just don't see myself doing that. But there's some pretty solid players across the board that we've been kind of scouting. Baron Sorrell from Texas. I think this is a very good player here. That is a late round pick that could surprise some people. My whole thing about him, dude can tackle. 6'4", 260 pounds, big dude. Doesn't have to be the fastest. We could potentially convert him down to a defensive end, and who knows, ends up being a big surprise for us as well. We're running a 3-4, but I have a lot of concepts that are out there to run bigger, like 4-4 sets, 4-6, the 3-4 bear, to really get us going. You know, with a lot of linebackers. So I'm always looking for that. Now, the defensive tackle spot, we have yet to find somebody to stand alongside Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence, I was hoping to find him a good veteran like BJ Hill. We just didn't have the cap space, and that's not how the landscape of the free agency market kind of fell. So there are some guys that I'm looking at. You got a big dog here that is a day 3 dude in Jamari Caldwell. He's 6'1", 340 pounds. He doesn't do any power moves. He's got an okay block shed, but the reason why I brought him in is the dude is going to impact space. And my hope is that him alongside Dexter Lawrence, they will force the action to go to the outside and allow players like Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau to eat. Now, I am sad to see Azeez Ojulari leave, which is why I'm continuing to try to look at players in the outside linebacker space. I want to make sure that we continue to fulfill that gap, but I am not too heavy. The only guy that's a little bit higher is Dason McCullough from Oklahoma, 6'5", 223. He is a guy that I'd be willing to draft sooner. Dude is fast and he's always around the ball. So good play rec, good finesse potentially here, and again, I'm just looking for guys to help rush towards the QB. We got some big power rusher in Q Robinson, 6'5", 241. Block sheds a C. Dude's fast, dude's strong. You know, this is another guy that we can move down to the defensive end after the draft if need. So I'm pretty pumped about this team, about these potential prospects. This is my first time checking out the draft, so you know, we'll see what we can do, and let's get to it. That could be very good Giants. So the pick is up, folks, for the Detroit Lions. Here we go. Crowd is getting loud. And for the #1 overall pick, it's going to be a defensive lineman, Pierce. He is going to step up. They got Goff right. They picked up Amari Cooper to be the wide receiver 2 there in Detroit, alongside Amon-Ra St. Brown. They got Sam Laporta. They got Jamar Gibbs, David Montgomery, Jared Goff. So their offense is in a good space. They've been drafting corners and stuff to get them right. They got good safeties like Kirby Joseph over there. So I think they're really setting themselves up. Jack Campbell, their new linebacker. They found some really good pieces. So we're up now. And what I'm looking to do, folks, is I want to see who wants to trade up for our pick. As you can see, there's a lot of teams that want to move up. The Super Bowl champions are trying to give us 3 first-round picks, a second round this year, a second round next year, and a second round the 2027. The Bucks, they want to move up. They want to give us a first round this year, right? Pick 14, along with the first round next year, the second round next year, 5th round this year, 6th round, and 7th round next year. Vikings would love to move up and say, hey man, we got JJ McCarthy, but maybe we can move up and grab something else. We only have to move up a little bit, but we're going to give you we'll just give you our first, but then we give you the 2026 second, third, 5th, and 6th, and we get this year's 5th. Titans want to give us a first round this year, first round next year, a 3rd round, 4th round, 6th round, and 7th next year. Seattle says, hey, we'll give you 3 first-round picks this year, a second round this year, a 2027 second round. Whoa. What just happened? Oh, they got us snagging Shedeur Sanders. The clock was supposed to be off. What the hell just happened? Well, I guess we got this. I was trying to move back. Unreal. Wait, what? What just happened? Was that like a fake one? What just happened here? Yeah, they got us taking them. The clock was supposed to be stopped, folks. What the hell? Well, I guess that's our new guy. Shedeur Sanders is the new quarterback for the New York Football Giants. You can't pause the clock. What the hell? Wow, dude. That is crazy. Well, it is what it is now. We'll move on, folks. Let's see who gets picked up here for the Commanders. It's Harold Perkins Jr. Whoa. So what I'm trying to figure out here, see, it says we should be able to resume it. And I paused it and they still continue to do it. Really strange. Okay, well, we got our quarterback. We continue to move forward. Again, Madden doing Madden things, folks. We're going to see who is the next pick here. It is for the Falcons. Falcons ready to get busy. And I was trying to move back. That's what I wanted to do. Pretty upsetting right there that happened, but it is what it is. I think this is Travis Hunter. I think that's who's going to be it. There it is for the Falcons. That's a great pick for them. Unfortunately for us, like I said, I'm okay with Shedeur Sanders, but I wanted to move back to like pick 16 or so, or 17, give the Raiders a chance to grab a quarterback and then move back. But I guess the pause doesn't work, which is really sad. Unreal. Unreal, dude. This game continues to amaze me, man. Well, we accidentally picked a player that was still pretty solid. It's just, I don't get Madden, dude. These are the kind of things that really make you angry. This is a good pickup here for the Vikings. Uman Mielen. He's like a defensive end. I think they're trying to retool that defense. The offense is in a great spot, right? They got Hawkinson, Jefferson, Addison, and now they got Sam Darnold for the long haul. So great play for them. The Cardinals are up. They have good, they got the the two guys that are really going to help out their offense, and MHJ and Kyler Murray. You know, they got to continue to keep building that defense. You know, you got a defensive-minded head coach over there in Gannon, so you know, you would hope that this guy would work through it. And it looks like they're bringing in Jack Sawyer from Alabama. I think he's from Alabama. It's not a bad move there. So we're going to keep moving up here. Let's see who gets picked up for the Steelers. It's going to be Mason Graham, defensive tackle. Let's see who gets picked up there. That's Will Johnson from the Rams. I think that's a great play for them. They get a corner they haven't had since Jalen Ramsey. The Colts are up. The Colts take Mr. Benjamin Morrison. That's a good move for them. The Browns are up, and they go wide receiver Luther Burden, right? They lose Amari Cooper. They need to get that group in order. Deshaun Watson, they're kind of stuck with them. Broncos are up. They go Deontay Walker there for pick number 11. Pick number 12 is up. It's Nick something or other. He must have a bad word in his last name, I guess. Pick number 13 is that's a great, that's Teta from University of Arizona. That group is going to be disgusting. Pick number 14's up, and that's Jabbar Muhammad, a corner there. I think that's a good move for them. They continue to grow that group, get that DB group in order alongside their number one corner. I can't remember his name, but the dude is bendy, he's long, he's a psychopath. Right tackle. So they bring in another tackle there to help out that crew. Penning ain't it for the right side. Ramczyk is not going to be there forever. He may retire. They go Abdul Carter, right end. So a lot of defensive-minded players. And there's Carson Beck from Georgia going to the Raiders. Pretty chalk so far. Will Campbell, left tackle, going to the Patriots there. They're building up that crew. They need to keep Drake May upright. Walter Nolan, defensive tackle, to the Bears. Panthers take Colston Loveland, tight end. Interesting. You would think they would try to go other pieces, maybe a wide receiver, but they're going to lean on the vets there. Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, to the Cowboys. You got Tyles Williams there to the Jets. Bengals take Landon Jackson. That's another good player there. They let go of Sam Hubbard, so now they're going to go ahead and bring in another guy. They also lost Joseph Asai to us. Chiefs are up here, pick number 24, and they go Patrick Payton. Just continue to bring in young guys on the defensive side, because the wide receivers, the offensive side is fine. You got freaking Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy. You're going to be okay. Rashee Rice. Everything's going to be fine. Jaguars are up, and they go Ratledge there. Not a bad move. And then you got the Dolphins there with Kevin Winston, strong safety. Interesting. Kalen Banks, left tackle, to the Packers. Seahawks are going to go ahead and take Quinn Ewers. Whoa! So they snag a quarterback there. They know Geno Smith isn't forever. Not a bad move for them. The Niners take left guard Tyler Booker. Pretty good play there. 1 second here. So you got the Ravens up now. So if I paused it, would that truly pause it? So do I have to keep the clock on? Let's just see real quick. We're going to wait a little bit to see if the Ravens make a pick. So if you kept the clock on and you just paused it, would that have allowed us to stay back? This is a little lesson for me to learn. So it looks like that's the case. This game is so trash. Keep the draft clock on, folks, and then just press pause. That's the only way this will work. If you turn it off, it glitches and picks were happening. So, little lesson learned, but I'm okay with it. Like I said, Shadur Sanders there is not a bad move for us. I would have loved to have multiple picks to allow us to get a QB next season, but or grab the guy I really wanted in Cam Ward, but you know, it is what it is. Now I know. Keep your draft clock on. Do not turn it off. It will auto pick. That's a glitch there. Ashton Gillott gets snagged up there. I see as soon as I turned it on, they made the pick. The Eagles are up, and the Eagles are going to take Isaiah Bond, wide receiver. Just more weapons for Jalen Hurts. And then now we got the Super Bowl champions there in the Bills. and they selected Emory Jones, a right tackle from LSU. They let Spencer Brown go, so they snagged him up. So the Lions are up now. Let's see who the Lions take here. They are going to go ahead and take Carter Green, left tackle. So we're up now. And when you look at the players that we have, we still got a very, very good board, right? When you look at our board, we got a lot of good guys here. Milroe, Ward, and stuff. I don't see them being our guys right now. Oh, it wants me to draft this player. Oh my gosh, I can't even take him off. Wow. So I got to think about now, who would I like to bring on here? A corner would be pretty sweet, right? You got Maxwell Hairston here. We could grab a running back in Donovan Edwards, who could be very, very solid for us. That could be a pretty good move in this space. You know, when you look at the rest of the draft board there, as far as what's available, you have to think about, you know, do we bring in a tackle here? Do we bring in a middle linebacker? Do we bring in a free safety in this spot? None of these really scream it for me. The only guy that I could potentially bring in, or I'd be encouraged to bring in, is someone like Torrey Hunter. So what I'm going to do right now is, knowing that we have the time here, is I'd like to see if we can trade back. What could we get next season, right? Or this season? Vikings are trying to give us pretty much every future pick that they got. The Seahawks are saying, hey, we'll give you a first round pick next season, a 5th round, and a 7th round. The Saints said, we'll give you a future. Never trade with them. The Rams, the Raiders, the Jets would give us a 2nd round, a future 3rd, and a future 6th. Future 4th, excuse me. Niners, same thing. No one's giving me anything that I'd be super excited about. The only team I'd like to trade with, and this is where I'd probably customize the trade, is probably with the Seahawks, right? They got a quarterback this year. So I'm wondering if we gave them, if we moved back and took their 2nd round this year, a 3rd this year, to move up, could that work out? I think a 2nd and a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 3rd next year. I think that might be the move there. So let's see if we can get that going in this space here. Let's make the trade with the, well, actually, where are the Seahawks located? Seahawks are, oh, they don't have a 2nd round. Oh, they got a late 2nd. So we'd have to move all the way back, folks, for this. Is that the right move for us? Ooh, that is intriguing. If we were to move all the way back, is that what we'd want to do? So if we looked at who wants to trade with us, let's just look at that first. Who would like to trade with us? The Rams, the Raiders, the Jets. The Jets would like to trade with us. The Falcons would like to trade with us. I don't think anybody would do anything too crazy. I would probably say the Falcons is who I'd like to mess with potentially here. And maybe the Vikings. So where are the Vikings located? The Vikings are just a little bit behind us. So if we move back a couple, maybe we can get a 3rd round pick. I think I'd like to try that out. Let's see if we can get their 3rd round this year to move back a little bit. I think that's a good move. That's a good decision. And I think that could help us out there. So if we went ahead and sent a 2nd this year, and we went to the Vikings, they gave us a 2nd this year. Oh, they don't have any picks. That's the issue right there. They don't have any picks. Okay, so now let's look at the Falcons. Where are the Falcons? Falcons are pick 36, so they're not too far back. So if we took their 2nd and their 3rd this year, along with a 3rd next year, would that work? They said that that would be too much. So if we took a second, because they're only moving back 2 spots. So if we took a second and a third, would that work? It wouldn't be enough. So if we moved back and we took a second and a fourth, could that work? Getting there. Okay, so what if we did a second, your fifth, and your seventh? Almost there. What about a second and a fifth? Ooh, okay, so we can't do Falcons. So knowing I can't make a trade here, the biggest gamble, the biggest opportunity we had was in the first round. You know, it's okay. We'll go ahead and look at our selection here. We continue to play it by ear. We got to be okay with it. So who would I like to have on my team? You know, you got a corner here in Hairston who looks pretty solid, right? He's a slot corner. He's just not that fast. He's not going to really fit with what I want to do. There's a ton of other players that are available that are first round guys that I didn't expect to be here, to be honest. Gianti, Starks, I didn't expect them to be here. So now that they are here, do we pivot and go for them? I don't think so. I think we got to be cool with what we got. And I think we got to go for the players that fit my board right now. Let me look at the free safety here in Jody Barron. He's a pretty solid player here, but he's not exciting, dude. He really isn't. I think I gotta roll with a player here that I really wanted. I was actually excited to have him on the team, no matter what. You know, Dason McCullough, I thought would be pretty clean too, but I really wanted to bring in this guy. Torrey Horton from Colorado State, 6'3", 185. Another weapon for us. He's a bigger target. We got some fast guys on the team already, right? We brought in Rashid Shaheed to stretch the field. Torrey Horton to me is a big target. Maybe he ends up being a big slot receiver. So he's a different look than what we have with Wan'Dale Robinson. I think this is a good move for us. It helps us out, and I'm pretty excited about it. So, oh, look at this. They give me excellent pick. They're saying it's a B-. Torrey Hunter is ranked 66th in true value, and you drafted him at 34. Reliable pass catcher, strong hands, makes contested catches look easy, crisp route running on short routes. Like I said, it could be another slot receiver there. So I'm actually pumped about him. I'm cool with that. It was an A+ for Shadur Sanders, and they're giving us a B- there. It's more about overall than anything else, so you can't be upset about that. Commanders are up. They go running back Gianti, which is not what I think they should do there. They go Parker Brailsford center for the Falcons, trying to continue to keep Kirk Cousins upright. You got Takario Davis, corner there, going to the Vikings. Jalen Milroe, quarterback, going to the Cardinals. Weird. Don't know why you do that. Cam Ward to the Steelers. Incredible move for them. They have their new quarterback for the future. Maxwell Hairston, corner. Great pickup for the Panthers. Barrett Carter, middle linebacker to the Colts. That's their future. Bobby Okereke / Zaire Franklin there. Kashawn Judkins to the Browns. That's weird. Ollie Gordon. A lot of halfbacks are moving now. Another halfback. You got Williams there, left outside linebacker to the Texans. Buccaneers take Brown. Saints are going to take quarterback Jason Dart and not Drew Allar. Whoa. Okay. They got Antoine Wells Jr., wide receiver to the Titans. Raiders are up. They go Trevor Etienne, the brother, I believe, of Travis Etienne. Howard Cross, defensive tackle. Bears take middle linebacker. That's a good one. Stutzman's a very good player. Josh Simmons, left tackle to the Bears. You got the Cowboys taking Trey Harris, wide receiver. Miller Moss to the Jets. Whoa. That's where Justin Fields is at. Jaden Knott, halfback to the Bengals. Dante Corleone to the Chiefs. Josh Connolly to the Jaguars. Tez Johnson to the Dolphins. Green Bay Packers take Oscar Delp, tight end. Whoa. TJ Sanders. They got Musgrave and they got freaking who's the other guy? Tucker Kraft, right? What the heck? Crazy there. Donovan Edwards to the Niners there. That's a good move. JC Davis to the Ravens. Eagles are up. They go Dason McCullough, so he doesn't fall to us. Eagles steal him. And then the Bills, with the last pick in the second round, they're going to go ahead and take Siobhan Ravel, a corner. Good picks right there. Jets are up now, and the Jets are going to go ahead and snag up Emeka Egbuka. What a pickup right there. He fell that far. He was projected to be a top 10 pick prior to the season, and he just never really stepped up. He ends up being a little slower than the other previous Ohio State wide receivers. So sad to see, but he's on a really good team. Garrett Wilson's there. It's a pretty good crew. So we're going to see what we can do here in pick number 3. You got Malachi Starks there, free safety still. Drew Alar is still there. You got Andrew Makuba, who's still out there as a free safety, which we do have a need in that space, right? We do need a free safety there. Shiloh Sanders is still in this space. Evan Stewart. We got a lot of guys that are on this board that are surprisingly still around. And you know, I think for me, what makes me feel comfortable is probably trying to move back a little bit. None of these guys I'm really excited about at this time. So I'm going to see if I can move back a little bit and see if anyone's going to give me a fair offer here. Bears are going to give me their 3rd round pick, future 4th, and a future 7th. Bengals are going to give us future 2nd and 4th. Bucks 2nd and 6th next year. Everyone's giving me freaking future picks. These guys are all freaking psychopaths. That ain't happening. I mean, I would do a 2nd and then like a 4th this year or something like that to make me feel better, but no one's giving me any love. I'm wondering if we can go Cardinals and try to get their 2nd or their 3rd this year, their 4th or their 5th this year, 3rd, 5th, and 7th next year. Maybe that could work. Let's see if we can do that for the Cardinals. This is kind of tough. Like I said, if I would have made the like craziest trade in the beginning, that would have made sense for us, but it is what it is. 3rd round pick. We'd like to trade with the Cardinals. I'd like to get their, as we move back to pick 70, I'd like to take their 3rd, their 5th, and their 6th next year. Would that work? Kind of. So what if we took their 5th this year only? Because we'd only move back 4 spots. Interesting. So I wonder if I'd have to give them like a... What if I gave them like a 7th next year? Not enough. So the trading is kind of tough, but it is what it is. Let's make our selection here. Now like I said, there isn't a whole lot of players that have moved around here. I'd say there's nothing wrong with taking a free safety where we're at there. Andrew Makuba. He's the fastest freaking safety out there. Holy crap. Good man coverage as well. Him alongside Tyler Newman for the future would be pretty cool. Excuse me. And we do need a free safety, so I think that's a good move for us. Excuse me. So we're going to take him. Andrew Makuba. They gave us a B here. He's ranked 26th in true value. We drafted him at 66, so this guy must have a high OVR. Nice suit. Crazy suit. But that's a good move for the New York Football Giants. So we went 2 offense, 1 defense there. I think that's a good move for us. 4th and 5th round are going to be crucial. Let's see what happens here. Dari Dennis Sutton, left end to the Commanders. Malachi Starks there to the Falcons. Mason Taylor, unfortunately, doesn't stay with us. He goes to the Jags. Xavier Watts, free safety to the Cards. Steelers are up, and they go Nick Singleton, halfback. Interesting. Rams are up, and they're going to take Luke Kandra, right guard. Colts are up. They go Alante Ursary. And then we got Drew. Oh, there it is. There's the heir apparent there. Third round, Drew Alar to the Browns. They got JTR, like Dorian Thompson, right? Over there, DTR. Jada Barron to the Broncos. Chargers take Shiloh Sanders. Hey, now. The Texans are up. They go Drake Brenningstool, tight end. Bucks take a defensive tackle, Stackhouse. Saints are going to take Evan Stewart. Oh, no. That dude is going to kill people. He is so fast. Karari Ramsey to the Chiefs. That dude, I don't even know who the hell is. Strong safety with a crazy name. Oh, no. Travion Henderson doesn't make it to us. He gets grabbed. Raheem Sanders as well. So the halfback guys I was looking at, I was hoping would have fell to the fourth, did not. Mitchell Evans to the Panthers. Shamar Stewart to the Cowboys. Jordan Hancock, corner to the Jets. Dylan Fairchild there to the Bengals. Jay Higgins there to the Chiefs. David Bailey to the Jaguars. Jordan Birch to, oh, that's a great pick, to the Eagles. Keon Saab, strong safety to the Packers. Jason Dumas Johnson, middle linebacker, going to Seattle. Luke Latt, golly, dude, another good tight end I wanted, going to the freaking Niners. That's Iowa, man. They already have George Kittle. Now they grabbed another guy, free safety, Iman Wari. That's a good pickup for the Ravens. And then the Eagles got another pick, it looks like. They grabbed Riley Mills, defensive tackle. Bills are up. They go, I think the last name was Roberts. It is Jaden Roberts, right guard. So the Eagles are up here. They're going to draft right before us, and they're going to take Tyler Warren. That's a good move for them. So we're up now, and pick number 4 is super crucial here. You got some really good players, right? You got Luke Lander Barton, who I was a big fan of, from Utah. I just don't think we need a middle linebacker right now. You got Jared Ivey, a left end who was on my board. I think could be really solid. You can grab a right tackle and Riley Malman, who looks like he'd be the last of that crew there that could potentially make it. My whole thing is the guy I really want. I don't know if he's still here. He is, folks. So he's like a late round pick. But look at this. We scouted him, and he's projected to be a first round, 2-round talent. I don't know if he's going to make it to us in the 5th. Jacoby Davidson. This is the, Jacoby Covington, excuse me. I don't know if he's going to make it. He's pick number 175. And when you look at where everybody's at, I mean, it could be close. I think we can try to grab Jared Ivey here in the 4th, which this guy is freaking big. He's a 6'6", 285. He's got B power move. We do need left end help, right? We got Chapman. We got Joseph Asai. Like, we don't really have much depth there. I think the more we have pieces in this area, the better. And Jared Ivey could be a very good player for us coming out of Ole Miss. So this is a guy I'd like that I could potentially grab here in Jared Ivey. And there's a lot of players ahead that maybe they don't grab anybody else. That's the risk right now. So if we go Jared Ivey, and we got to go corner immediately right after that. So I think that's what we're going to do, folks. We're going to go ahead and grab a left end, help us out. We snag a corner on the back end. Unfortunately, there just is not a halfback that I was a fan of outside of Damian Martinez. He's a big dog, power back, 6'3", like 230. Wide receiver crew, I had these guys as potential backups, but I don't really need them. I don't have any tight ends anymore that are on my board, so I'm going to leave that alone. There's some tackles that I'm a fan of. There's a right guard in Zach Rice that I could probably grab late. There is some Trapilo 6'8", day 3 guy that I'd be a fan of trying to bring in. But I got to grab best player available. And, you know, you got Caldwell 6'4", 6'1", 340. There's some late picks that I'm willing to grab. So I want to get this guy now, improve the defensive line. We need a left end for sure. I think that really helps us in the long run here. And this is a good pick for us. So Jared Ivey, welcome to the team. It's a C-, 129 in true value. We drafted him at 98. It generates consistent pocket rush with its bull rush, holds strong at point of attack, played college basketball for 2 years. So what I like about Jared Ivey, though, is he's strong, and I need him to help push. So he could be part of the rush packages down the road. We're going to keep it moving here. You got Gabe Jacas going to the Commanders. Jalen Walker there. And then what I'd like to do is just go ahead and advance it to the next round. Let's just see what happens here. No one crazy on the board there for pick number 5. I'd like to just allow us to move forward here. Next pick. We don't have a pick in the 5th round until 156. Oh my gosh. Let's see what happens, folks. Do we get our guy? This is... No! Jacoby Covington! Shit, I thought we were picked early. No, that was our chance. Oh my gosh. Not the greatest of drafts here for Ben Johnson. But we keep it moving, folks. Oh no. So we got a tackle here in Trapilo, who I think could be okay. Oh, Jacoby Covington, we should have went for him. That one hurts a little bit, folks. I kind of screwed that up, right? I tried to play it out, and I didn't realize we were that far back. But, you know, you live with it, you move on. I think I got the guy I still want here, though. This is a big dude, Jamari Caldwell. He's 6'1", 340 pounds. It helps us with the defense. He's not going to be the most impeccable player, but we're late 5th round here. I mean, let's see what's out there. Like, what pick do we have after that, right? I mean, Restrepo's still out there. Got another corner here. He's not on our board, but Quincy Riley, he's a slot 195. Not really. That's tough right there, man. I thought we would have a better chance, but I guess I screwed that up. Oh, there's a man coverage cat here. 6 foot 205 pounds out of Nebraska. He's got not that great his accelerations there, but he's again more of a slot guy here. Billy Bowman out of Oklahoma. I mean, I like this guy here, and I'm wondering if he'll make it to us. So I think we do have to continue to keep filling in, right? We need tackles. 6'8". This guy looks pretty solid across the board here. Ozzy Trapilo out of Boston College. He actually looks pretty good. What's his awareness? Could be decent. Let's grab him. And he's a D+, 370 in true value. We drafted him 156. Uh-oh. He might not be as incredible as I thought he would be, but it is what it is there. We will advance to the next pick. Oh my gosh, we're not picking until 190. My gosh, I wish I would have looked at what I thought we were like really early picks, but I guess we're late. So unfortunately the guys that I probably would want are no longer there, huh? You got Jack Nelson, a left tackle. Jaden Higgins, a wide receiver here, big threat. You got Omari Thomas, a defensive tackle there. Actually, these aren't bad picks. A lot of these are UDFAs now. Deshaun Pace. So we're, late 6th round pick. It's okay. We could snag up another wide receiver, which I think we got a lot of guys here. This guy is kind of slick Rick, though. He could be a little bit of a deceiver. We got Torrey Hunter, right? Torrey Horton. And then we got Jalen Hyde on the team, Wandale Robinson, Rashid Shaheed. You got Malik Neighbors. Jaden Higgins could be really, really deceptive. He's got some catching issues, though, that I can already see here. Maybe not the craziest of routes. Can't really release that well. So Higgins is someone I'd be interested in. But I don't think there's anything wrong with, again, trying to grab some guys here to just give us some depth on the O-line. Jack Nelson, man, he looks like he used to be like a really nice pick. He's just kind of fallen off. Maybe we look at some other guys here. You're not a favorite then with where we stand. Unfortunately, man, you got DJ Giddens here. I got a halfback that I really like. Is he on the board still? Nope. Dude's gone. Oh man, this is not what I was hoping for, guys. I was hoping for a better situation here. So they got another corner here in Prunty, but a 4.36, 6'2", 180. His cone was decent. His shuttle was decent. Man, that's rough right there. That's tough, folks. Let's look at him real quick. Kayron Prunty. Yeah, he's the fastest guy. Does he got kick return options? Tackle's pretty good too. I'll take Kayron Prunty, man. Let's see what you got here, bro. Said it was a bad pick. Oh my gosh. C-. It's 169 in true value. We drafted him at 190. Man, why are they hating on me, dog? Why are you hating on me, man? Let's go to the next pick here. So far, I would say this draft setup is very lackluster. That glitch alone already upsets me. We got 2 picks in the 7th round. And this is where I think we could try to grab some pieces here that I am comfortable with. Got the better awareness there. Middle linebacker in Henderson and Cody Simon. What are their physicals like? Oh, not physicals, excuse me, combine. You got another speedster here, an Elijah Badger. Whoa, this guy might be very interesting here. He's a UDFA. Another speed, man. Yeah, we might have to just lean on the speed here in the late rounds, guys. Elijah Badger. Let's do it. What do they got us here? D 276 true value. You drafted him at 194. It's a late round pick. I can't be too upset right there. We'll keep it moving here. Head to the next pick in the draft. And let's see what's out there. One more pick here for the New York Football Giants. And that is going to be... Let's see, what do we got? We still got a lot of players on our board. The guy I was thinking about bringing in... It was a linebacker. It wasn't Muaga from Miami, was it? 4.7, 40 time. Shuttle 4.6, 4.52. What was his physicals? No one has the incredible speed there. I think it's this guy right here. I think it's Nick Jackson. He is out of Iowa, 6 foot, 237 pounds. The reason why I liked him was his change of direction. So it helps out with the linebacker crew. Like I said, you got to be okay. 8 pursuit, 8 tackle. I just need somebody who could do some work in special teams. And I think Nick Jackson can be it. You don't need a kicker anymore. I'm cool with that. And I appreciate it, man. Let's get it done. So Nick Jackson's a B-. Whoa, what is it? Rank 70 in true value? We might have found a dog in Nick Jackson. Shows good IQ when dropping in zone. Arsenal of quick moves to create pass rush wins. Consistently utilizes power moves to win pass. We found a freaking gem, dog. Sweet. So we got all our picks there. A draft perspective here. We ended up snagging a 77 overall player in Shadur Sanders. He's got hidden dev. 94 throw power lets me know this guy's going to be fine. He's got decent speed. Who knows, man? With the O-line that we got, he could be the dog. I'm looking forward to seeing Shadur Sanders. As much as I didn't really want to pick him up and move back in the draft, I don't think there's anything wrong there. We snag up Torrey Horton, 73 overall. Hidden dev, 91 speed, 93 acceleration. His route running is fine. He's got issues with deep route, but we can make this guy be a big slot receiver. Why the hell not, dude? I think that would be a slick move for us to have a big target there to help out Shadur Sanders, who actually, this is a funny story. Torrey Horton was in that Instagram story with his quarterback talking crap about Shadur Sanders. So now they're on the same team. 76 overall, free safety in Andrew Makuba. We actually ended up snagging a great guy coming out of Texas. This is going to help us out, right? We got Pinnock, who we signed. $5 million a year, but I need that safety group to be solid all across the board. We can have him compete against Pinnock. Maybe he steps up ahead of him, maybe not, but I want my safety group to continue to grow and allow our guys to work out. 95 speed, 95 acceleration with a 78 zone and an 85 hit power. I think we got ourselves a dog. We then went ahead and grabbed a left end here in Jared Ivey, Norm Dev. I'm not upset about that. He's starting off with a 75 power move. Ooh-wee, it's going to be a fun one for us there. And then it looks like we made a mistake. We snagged up a guy that is a 60 overall tackle, 85 strength, but all this actually screams okay. I'm actually not upset about this at all. We might be able to put him into the depth pieces down the road and be okay with it. We then grabbed a corner who ends up being a 68 overall, Norm Dev out of North Carolina A&T. 93 speed, 90 acceleration, 70 man coverage, 74 play rec. All that tells me like he can actually play on the outside if need be, and he could be a big slot, help us out there, and he can compete against Trey Hawkins and Cordell Flott. And then we snagged up a guy here in Elijah Badger, wide receiver, 6'1", 192, Norm Dev, 94 speed, 94 acceleration. This guy's got some injury concerns, but he's going to be on the back of the depth chart, growing, learning, and doing some work. And then the last pick we end up grabbing here was a find, Nick Jackson out of Iowa. Dude ends up being a 73 overall with hidden dev. I think we found a dog here. 84 speed, 86 acceleration, 86 hit power, 74 finesse move. Like, we're going to be able to lean on this guy down the road. He's got a big old noggin. All in all, this is actually a pretty good draft after all the crazy screw-ups that happen. I do want to look at who I'm going against, though, right, in my division. So let's look at first the Commanders. Who did they grab? They grabbed Harold Perkins. Big play right there, 78 overall, 92 speed, 94 acceleration, middle linebacker. Holy crap, I got to deal with that guy twice a year. That's going to be fun. They then snagged up a halfback in Ashton Gianti, which is pretty much like Devon Egchan, 5'9", 215, crazy speed. I got to deal with that guy twice a year, so the defense is going to have to get busy there. They grabbed Dennis Sutton, 70 overall. I think that's a good move there. But it looks like they found somebody in the late round with a higher OVR. Another halfback, folks. Damian Martinez. That's the guy I wanted. Oh, that's disgusting. 6', 232 out of Miami. Oh my gosh. These freaking bastards, they got me good. Let's see what the Cowboys did. Cowboys snagged up a defensive tackle in Kenneth Grant. Yeah, they have some rush defense issues there. They grabbed Trey Harris in the second round. hidden dev 6'3", big target. They definitely need a wide receiver number 2 alongside CeeDee Lamb. Man, I am gonna be freaking busy. They found a guy here in Rice. That was a guy on my list. Oh my gosh, dude, I didn't know the late round picks were gonna be. I should have grabbed that corner. If I would have grabbed that corner, I think that would have did it. Oh man, we had a tough draft. And then they grabbed a wide receiver in Xavier Restrepo, who was also on my board. In dev, of course, Miami. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We're going to have some problems, folks. And then you're going to look at the Eagles. How did they do? They grabbed Isaiah Bond out of Texas, 75 overall, 90. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I gotta deal with some people, bro. It's gonna be a rough season for us. They end up grabbing Desan McCullough. They reached Jordan Birch. They end up grabbing Dion Burks late there, 73 overall. Norm Dev, more speed. So they're trying to run around the field there. Now, they don't get the O-line in order, they're screwed, but they grabbed a lot of wide receivers. Grabbing Malachi Moore late is actually a nice find out of Alabama. 6', 206, good acceleration. Not really great in coverage. He's more of a thumper, but all in all, not bad. When you look at the overall in this class, which is from Jack Move 916, he's a very good. His classes are awesome. We're going to use his real draft classes next season, so you see Archie Manning in the series too, so that's going to be fun. But when you look at the overalls, looks like the best overall player was Travis Hunter by a mile, 82. The halfback in the second round, Ollie Gordon from Oklahoma State, an 80. James Pierce was the number 1 overall pick. He was a 79. Luther Burden, 79. All these are great picks. Quinshon Judkins, halfback. Middle linebacker Harold Perkins is solid. Will Johnson would have been an incredible pick for us. He goes to the Ravens, 78. I thought those were all good moves. Can't be upset there. When you look at the quarterbacks, right? None of them are crazy outside of Shedeur Sanders. Jalen Milroe, 75 with the 91 speed, 93 acceleration. So they basically found a bigger Kyler Murray there. Jackson Dart, a 73 overall. I think that's a good pickup for the Saints. Quinn Ewers, 75 overall. Good pickup for the Seahawks. Carson Beck, 75. That's a good move there. Cam Rising from Utah. You know, he's not a bad QB. I really thought about grabbing some other guys, but, you know, like I said, I didn't know that glitch is there. So just a heads up, keep the draft clock on. Just pause it yourself. If you turn it off, it will glitch and you will be screwed. So it is what it is there. We're going to go ahead and advance it. After we advance it, I'm going to see if there were any trades, and then we will turn it off. We don't turn trades on until the bye week, and then we go ahead and turn them on at the prior to advancing to the bye week, and then we turn them off until week 6. See if there are any trades, folks. It looks like there was one trade. Xavier Gibson gets traded from the Jets along with a 6th round pick to the Steelers, and the Steelers bring in Keanu Benton. They already got Javon Kinlaw, so kind of interesting there. We got 67 players on our roster. I believe I can bring in some other free agents here. There isn't. I want to look at practice squad eligible free agents to bring in. Oh yeah, why the heck not? What the heck? Jimmy Horn Jr. did not get drafted from Colorado. I'd love to bring him in. He's got connections with Shedeur Sanders. Why the hell not? That's a good move there. Elijah Simmons. This is a defensive tackle from Tennessee. He's got 83 speed, 83 acceleration at 6'2", 340. Where are we at with the amount? Okay, so we got 75 now. So I think I'm cool with that. No other trades have happened, so we'll turn that off as we head further into the preseason. I don't see myself doing much crazy stuff in the preseason. I might just try to break down some highlights of certain players, maybe say here's what we got, but I don't know. Maybe we'll kind of talk through how good Shedeur Sanders isn't playing. He's got 2 good veterans with him now, which I'm pretty excited about. You know, if we were just to do the best overall, I guess, and kind of mess with this, what would that look like? So this is what the team would look like. It's not bad. I'm actually pretty pumped about this. We got Horton out there, Hyatt, Robinson. Everyone's going to get a chance. I'm excited to see what... I can't believe Jimmy Horn didn't get drafted from Colorado. He's kind of our sneaky pick there. With him and Shedeur Sanders, maybe we'll have him out there in the preseason, letting those guys kind of find connections with each other. But with freaking Malik Neighbors, Shaheed, Shedeur Sanders is going to have a lot of help. We just got to make sure the O-line's in a good spot. Defensively, we found some dogs. There's not going to be anyone starting as rookies initially on the defensive side. I think we got that pretty much down pat, but Jackson getting a chance to kind of roll with what we got is not bad. We just got to figure out the defensive line, continually to work through that. You can't be upset in that space. Gano is going to be rocking it out for now, along with Ariza. We're going to see Horton going out there in return. I think we'll just let him kind of get involved in that space. I think we got some good crew, man. I really do. Horton being a big slot corner receiver would be fun. I'd like to see what happens if we rock that right there. Yeah, it's going to be fun, dude. I think we got some good pieces. This is going to be a really fun one. McFadden, Pinnock. We'll work through that. But that'll do it for us today, everybody. Not the way I was hoping. I really wanted to move back in the draft to get some first-round picks next year. But, you know, now we know. I can't get too angry. EA continues to screw things up, so you got to let that stuff move on. I paid for the game, so what am I going to do? Can't let it go to waste. We got the whole rest of this season to try to enjoy football. So that'll do it for us today, everybody. If you like what you saw, please drop a like, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and most importantly, subscribe to keep up with the series. I really appreciate everyone that stopped by today. I think we had a pretty good draft. And honestly, the way we drafted, I really hope that some of those pieces happen, like Torrey Horton coming over to the Giants would be fun. I think the corner we ended up drafting is kind of sneaky as well. And the D-line we grabbed could work out. And we found a gem in our last pick in the 7th round. So, you know, got to stay positive, and hopefully next draft we'll do better. But I appreciate everyone that stopped by today. Y'all have yourself a good one. As always, let's go Big Blue.